Hello, everybody. Welcome back to G Bears Off Grid Ways, Homestead in the Desert. Today is the 26th of September, 2019. And the reason that my ladder is over there is when I got up this morning, it sure looked like it was going to rain. I thought for sure that 20% chance had turned into a higher level of rain. Well, we got 20% of the rain. There was just enough sprinkles to do a connect the dots on my windshield, but that was about it. No substantial rain out of that one. And as you can see, it's all kind of broken up now, except over that way. It's still a little dark over in that area. I'm coming up the ladder here because I wanted to show you. I mentioned I was going to put a screen up here to keep critters and bugs and large debris out. And that's what I did right there. And a nice little fine screen. I mean, if a mosquito wants to get in, he will, but can't do much about that. So anyway, that's removable, so I can pull it out of there and clean it whenever I have to. And in the meantime, it's ready to go if the rains ever come. All right, I'm going to get down carefully here because I'm working with 2 feet, 1 hand. So, since the rain didn't come, I started cleaning up. And as you can see, I raked the whole front yard here. I raked up all of the rock tree leaves. And those desert rock tree leaves, it doesn't even have to be fall. They come around, they get all over the place, they clutter up the area. So I started raking them, and I'll show you over here. I got a rock tree leaf pile, and it's not the kind of leaf pile you want to go jumping in like you did when you were a kid, because it's a little on the rough on the skin. But anyway, those are rock tree leaves, and I don't have any rock trees growing on my property, but the winds blow all the time, so they must be blowing down from the mountains or something. And as you can see, there's a lot of rock tree leaves all over the place. And every now and then I get to raking them, and then I make piles, and then I move the piles over in that area somewhere. And one of these days I'm going to set up a place with 3 concrete slabs, and I'll classify the rocks and break them down into different sizes. I have pea stone, 3/4, 1 inch, and all of that. And then I can use that for mixing concrete. So anyway, I did do some cleaning around here. And I got this table from a friend named Sharon. And it was all wobbly and everything, but I serviced it, put it all back together again, and then threw a nice coat of black paint on it, so it looks good. So that'll go there, and then I'm going to get some chairs to go out here sitting around the fire. I cleaned up along the side of the cabin here. That barrel is going to end up over there, right next to where the drain is on my first flush, because I got to thinking, people saying, well, that's not enough to clean the water that's going to come off the roof. Well, just in case it isn't, what I can do is connect the garden hose to the bottom of the pipe, connect it into the barrel, and I can let it fill up the barrel before it backflows and goes up the pipe and does its job up there. So, a little plan I have along the way. So, yeah, I started cleaning up here. I've got to put my smoker away because I don't hardly ever use that. I brought it out for some reason. I don't know what. But I'm going to take that and put it back in the container where it belongs with all the other barbecue stuff for the winter. Because this is like the 4th day of autumn, or fall as you want to call it. And it's time to do the fall cleanings. Get ready for the winter. Anyway, I also decided that I was going to clean off the porch. And I got a bunch of stuff moved out of here and swept everything down, and then I serviced my barbecue. And since I had the stove black paint out, the high temp paint, I repainted my barbecue and cleaned up all of the dials and all of that stuff. So I get another couple of years out of it. And I got my little 2-burner stove here. It's all cast iron. This thing is great for doing cooking, but this shelf is too high. I originally put that shelf there as a stand-up shelf to put rest drinks on while people were congregating on the porch, but we don't ever have that happening, and I can fold that down and get it out of the way, but it's not doing its job. It's too high, and it just becomes a place to clutter stuff. So that's going to come off of there, and then I think I'm going to put a smaller counter down about the same height as this little work area on the side of the barbecue, and then I'll set that stove down there, and then I'll have 2 outdoor burners next to my barbecue. I do a lot of cooking on this thing, and I use it as an oven. I use it as a broiler. I use it as a barbecue, all kinds of things. So this is handy, and it runs on propane. Those 2 bottles are empty, and the local propane place where I go, they have a card, and every time you fill up, you get for 5 gallons, you get a stamp on your card. Then when you fill the card up, you get a free 5-gallon refill. So these 2 are full, ready to go. One runs this and one runs that. And those 2 I'll take in when it's time to refill. I got the 100-pounders that run the cabin, and one of them should be going about out any time now. Within the next week or so, I'd say it'd be going out, because it's been running everything in the cabin, the stove and the water heater and all that stuff, since last December. So we're almost a year on that one bottle. It's pretty close to getting time to, I'm going to have to refill that. The other 2 that I have are full, and when the winter comes and the heater runs all the time, I use more propane. So I want to make sure I start the winter with 3 full bottles, just in case. You never know. We had some pretty good snow and hail last year. You get snowed in, what are you going to do? You can't go get your propane. You're going to sit there and freeze or sit out by the campfire? Nah. All right. So anyway, this barbecue I love. This is the Weber kettle, 22.5 inch. And this thing does everything. I really do love this. And I'm going to tune that up next. It needs a good cleaning and get it ready for the winter season. But I use it in the winter. You know, I have a good day in between and all of that, and it gets done. Hey, look, I cleaned all the junk out from around there. What's that board doing there? Well, when I moved the big wooden box, which is now over by the chicken coop, and it's actually a little windbreak for them, and I've got things stored inside of it that I don't use very often, so got it out of the way. But when I pulled it back, there was a burrow going underneath my shed there. Good sized one too. So if there's where the rat's living that's getting into my chicken coop, I set a rat trap underneath there with some peanut butter on it. So it's the first thing he sees when he comes out when the sun sets tonight. And see if I can't catch that little booger and get rid of that. But I wanted to give you a follow-up on that spray that I got from Home Depot, the rat deterrent. I sprayed it around that coop, everywhere around that coop. And I haven't even seen desert ground squirrels around there at all. So they don't like it. They really do not like it. So I guess it works on all rodents. And I'm going to keep using it. Why not? I found a few new holes in my hose over there. And I'm pretty sure it's a woodpecker, because I saw a woodpecker pecking at it, and I went over there and saw the start of a hole there. So I don't know if that stuff will work, but I sprayed the whole hose, that whole section of hose, with the same rat deterrent, see if that helps. And I understand it doesn't work on birds because it doesn't bother the chickens at all. But now I've got 3 fresh holes in there, and I've got about 7 of them patched now. So they've really pretty much destroyed that hose on me. Of course, it's not a pressure hose. It's only gravity feed. So a little bit of that waterproof glue goes on there, and I can still use it as a gravity feed hose. All right, so everything inside the garden is doing great. It's been a cool day all day today. Only got up to about 88, 89 degrees. Pretty nice. Tomorrow I think I'm going to get that pad repaired over there for Andy's parking space. And yeah, I got a little cardboard taped up to his handrail over there with some dots on it. I don't know what those are for. But anyway, that's about all. I just wanted to cover everything that got done today and show you. Oh yeah, I did go inside the campers and all of that and closed everything up just in case the rains do come. But I don't think we're going to get anything. Look at the sky. I mean, over there looks like some weather. There's a UFO alley, and they got those big clouds up there hiding the mothership. But hey, what the heck? All right, everybody. G-Bear reminding you, give me a thumbs up down there, please. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to share with your friends. Get on some new subscribers. G-Bear signing off.